Namaste. My name is Uli Zimmerer. I'm International Meditation Master. Today I want to speak about meat. So, if we see how the animals are living and afterwards they're getting slaughtered, then we would, I think, not for sure so easily choose meat, because the food producer for meat want very much profit, like everybody else, and then they save on the food. And they're giving the animals so lousy food, full of toxic, full of heavy metals, and injecting arsenic for sure, we need them. And the antibiotica, and even they give cows the shit of the chicken, and other rubbish, let them eat everything. Only one thing is important, it should be cheap. So, and then for sure there's a toxic inside of the meat. And the antibiotica is a problem for us because we eat the antibiotica and the antibiotica are killing the healthy bacteria in our bowels. And then our digestion cannot work anymore, or can work but not anymore good. Because we need 75% healthy and only 25% unhealthy bacteria should be good, but afterwards maybe we have mainly unhealthy bacteria inside of our bowels, and the bowels are responsible for our immune system. And then for sure estrogen, and if we eat estrogen we're getting fat. So meat eater mainly more fat, or much more fat than vegetarian, because of the estrogen and all the other things inside of it. So what is then about meat, if we are meat eater? Okay, look on a dog. A normal dog has a bigger mouth than us. And weight is maybe 5 to 10 kilos until 15 kilos, and they have a huge mouth. We cannot compare our mouth with their mouth because they're eating meat. And from our mouth we never have been meat eater. And then we're looking on our bowls, and the bowls are 12 meter long, and for all the animals who are eating only vegetable fruits, also 12 meters, and meat eaters have only 5 meter long bowls. So if you give him vegetarian meat, and if he didn't have eaten for 5 to 10 years now meat, he has to go to the hospital, boys, because then the meat is too long in the bowels, and this will cause the visit to go to the hospital. Meat poison, what's it called? No? Okay, our body can adapt to it. Instead, our body is getting to acid, and if our body is getting to acid from the meat, our immune system is not working properly. And so it's total, I'm sure that vegetarians are living much longer, as 5 to 15 years longer, it depends. And so what is more the reason? You say, okay, maybe we need the protein. No, for sure you say you need the proteins. So they found out 10 grams protein every day is enough for a grown up. And even 1 liter milk is 30 grams. Bananas have 10% full proteins. So 10%, this means this means 1 kilo bananas has 100 grams proteins. It's rather more difficult to avoid of eating proteins. And tomatoes have, for instance, 3% also for. There exists no vegetable or something else what has less than 1.5% proteins, and the mother milk has 1.5% proteins, and the baby needs very much proteins, so don't care for the proteins. We don't need so much. Proteins are good for sex. This is the only thing what is totally true. What is about with the dairy products? Okay. They heat up the milk and process the milk and kill all the enzymes, and without enzymes there's no catalysator, and without enzymes the calcium what is inside of the milk we cannot process, and even worse, the milk is is using our calcium. This means if you drink more milk, we have less calcium. So only curd is healthy. Only curd, nothing else. Then the cheese, they put the antibiotics inside, and radioactivity is inside to keep them long fresh. It's also not working. So what else remains? Just a curd, okay. No? From all these products of the animals. And the next problem is how we can cook delicious vegetarian food. I have proved it again and again. So I have worked as cook and so on, that everybody I have served my food was satisfied with this. But we have to learn it. Vegetarian cooking is not totally different, but it is different. And without training, you cannot cook delicious food as vegetarian. So I had about 30 books about vegetarian cooking, for sure, huge selection from food. And if you buy some books and try out 5-10 recipes, the next book 5-10 recipes, if you have 20 books and you have 200, it should be enough, okay. So this is also not a problem. So the other problem, we rather find so many vegetarian restaurants, and then they say, okay, Muslims should eat meat. It's not true. In the Himalaya, the Hunas are the most long-living people in the world, and they don't eat anything cooked, and they don't eat any meat. And so they're also Muslims, so we don't need to eat meat. There's no, in no religions then you have to eat meat. I have read the whole Quran, I've read every religion scripture in the world. So this is also not true. Also in the Christian, there's nothing that you should not eat, that's forbidden not to eat no meat. Even the Romans had been vegetarian, for instance. Okay. So, this was it. I hope it had helped you to get the other view, and then step by step you can change your food. You don't have to make it in 1 day or 3 days. And so that you enjoy the journey to become a vegetarian and to care for your body. Okay, thank you very much, and bye.